Hey everybody, it's Caleb Crewy with Caleb Crewy Reports and Predicts, and today we're going to go over the Spanish general election, which is going to be happening this November. So they had an election in April. No coalition was formed, so they have called for a new one, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez. Um, and so the two biggest parties are the Socialists, which is led by uh, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, and this makes the left bloc. And then on the right, the largest party is the People's Party, which is led by Pablo Casado. And so what we're looking at now is actually the results of the election in April, and then we're going to look at the polling for the election in November. So the Socialists, as you see, they have 123 seats, and you need 176 for a majority, which they would have. See that the Podemos had the second most in the left bloc for the coalition, and now they're a populist left wing group. And then the ERC is, you see, they're a left wing Catalonian party, so they're not a national party. But so they have what they need. They have the 176 for a majority, but Podemos would not uh, go into the coalition with the prime minister. Well, the Citizens Party, which it has 57 seats, and their center-right party said they would, but they couldn't come to terms to agree. So that's why you're having an election. So, but right now, as you can see, this is the Socialists have 123 seats. Podemos got 42. Um, the Catalonian leftist group got 15. These are just some minor parties here in the middle. And then Vox, they are a far right, very anti immigrant party. They got 24. The center right, the Citizens Party, got 57. And the traditional right and traditional opposition is the People's Party, and they got 66. And if we go down here, this kind of shows the share of the vote of the national parties. The Socialists got 28%, which is a lot more than what they got in 2016. This mark here shows what they got in the 2016 election. So they improved a lot, while the People's Party, as you can see at my mouse right here, did very well in 2016, and they dropped a ton. Citizens Party went up, Podemos dropped from 2016, and Vox was non-existent. And of course, then they got 10% in the last election. So now we're going over to some opinion polling. Now this is from Wikipedia, but it is very well sourced. And for just to break down a lot of general election polling and opinion polling as a whole, Wikipedia is pretty good on that. And so we're just going to go within the last week because that's when the election was called in the last week. And this is just some opinion polling, and it gives the polling, and then below the polling it gives how many seats are projected. So the first one we're going to go is an older poll, and it's DYM El Independe. And so it showed the Socialists at 29%, the People's Party at 18%, the Citizens Party at 13%, Podemos at 14%, and Vox at 10%. And their seat projections, which would be 125 to 130 for the Socialists, which would be an increase, 75 to 80 for the People's Party, which also would be an increase. Citizens Party would be 35 to 40 seats, which is actually a decrease. Podemos would be 40 to 45, which is about where they are, and Vox would be 20 to 25, which is about what they are now. Then this is the De Cospia, Servicio, and El Cidaro. By the way, guys, I'm not very good at pronouncing some of this stuff, and so uh, this poll shows the Socialists at almost 32% with 140 seats, which would be uh, a good bump for them. It shows the People Party's at 86 seats, which would be a bump for them as well. The Citizens Party at 46, which would be a loss for them. Podemos at 31 seats, which is a loss. and Vox at 11, which is a loss. And the People's Party is at 20%, Citizens at 14, Podemos at 12, Vox at 7. The next one is Electo Painel, Electomania, and so this poll, this adds some of the previous two polls were just mainly national polls. This adds in some of the regional parties. Now we're not going to go into all that deep, except we will kind of go over the two Catalonian parties because they are very important in the possible coalition. So you have the Socialists have 121 seats at 28, which would be about where they are now. The People's Party would have 93, which would be up from where they are now at 20%. The Citizens Party at 12, which would give them 39 seats, which is kind of down from where they are. Podemos at 13% with 36 seats, which is down where they are. Vox at 9.7 with 20 seats, which is a little down from where they are. At 4.5% nationally, but it would be the Catalonian leftist party at 16, and that would actually that's about where they are now, and then 2%, 8 seats for the center right Catalonian party. And so the last one we're going to go over is the Electo Painel poll, and it shows the Socialists at 115 seats with 27%, which is a little down from where they are now. Again, at 21% with 93 seats is the People's Party, which is up from where they are now. The Citizens Party is at 13% with 45 seats, which is up from where they are now. Podemos is at 13%, which is 38 seats, which is down from where they are now. Vox is at 9.6, and that's 20 seats, and that's down from where they are now. The Catalonian leftist party is right where they were in the last poll with 16 seats, and the right-wing party is at 7 seats with 1.8, which is about what they were in the last poll as well. So right now with the polling, it shows that the seat count that the right-wing coalition would not have enough seats in the polling. They need 176, and if they go in with the right-wing Catalonian group, I mean that would put them in the 160 range. So without them, they're even lower. So they're not going to have enough. It does look like the Socialists will be able to form a government, and now that's if Podemos kind of goes in with them. These last two polls did show them down, so that may not be as well, but we'll keep you updated on the opinion polling as we get further along. The election is going to be in November, so we'll be sure to keep you up to date. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you could like this video and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated and very helpful, and I will continue to put out content on elections from around the globe. Thank you guys so much, and have a good day.